Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. In today's video, I'm going to be doing another how to use video. In this series, I take one skincare brand and I break it down, helping you to piece together the perfect skincare routine from that specific brand. I've already covered quite a few brands on this channel. Most recently, I did Neod, which is a fantastic skincare brand that I absolutely love. So I will leave a link up there to the how to use video for Neod. Today, however, we are focusing on the much more affordable and the much more drugstore brand, The Ordinary. A lot of you guys have experimented with The Ordinary products over the past couple of months. Obviously, they are huge in terms of their popularity, but it can be really confusing to know how to piece together a full routine using just products from The Ordinary. I'm going to talk you through that today, so if it sounds like something you'd be interested in, keep on watching. Of course, I'm going to share with you some hints and tips to get the most out of all the products that I mention, but you can, of course, mix in other brands and other skincare products that you enjoy into this routine. So let's get straight into it. First off, any good skincare routine has to start with a really good cleanser. So with The Ordinary, you have this product, which is the Square Lane Cleanser. They only do one cleanser, which this claims to be suitable for all skin types. Normally, when people say like one size fits all skincare, I'm a little bit dubious because rarely does one product work for all skin types. However, I think this could be the exception. I love the Square Lane Cleanser by The Ordinary, and this has been my go-to for years. Doesn't matter whether you're dry skinned, oily skinned, or somewhere in between, this product could work for you. When you first apply this product, it comes out sort of like an oil gel consistency. You warm it up in your hands first. A small pea-sized amount will do. Warm it up in your hands first, then apply it to the skin. As soon as it starts to warm, it turns into much more of an oily consistency before you then add water, which turns it milky and washes it straight down the sink. My top tip for getting the most out of this product would be to massage it into the skin before you add water for at least 30 seconds to a minute. That's really going to get, the blood flow going, help with some of that lymphatic drainage, and really help to bring back some vibrancy and luminosity to the skin. It'll also give you a really good deep cleanse, which we all crave, and help to just get out some of that dirt and those impurities that are sitting within the pores. You'll then add some lukewarm water, which will turn it into a milky emulsion, but don't stop there. Keep on going and massage again for another 20 to 30 seconds, because once it's emulsified, the product is still working. That's still a core part of your cleanse, so don't just wash it off straight away. Use that emulsion and work it in for about 20 to 30 seconds before again rinsing a second time to remove all the product from the skin. Once you finish using this product, your skin should be clean, but it certainly won't feel dry, which is fantastic, because you don't want your skin to feel dry and dehydrated or sore after you've used your cleanser. If that's happening, it means you're using too harsh a cleanser that's too stripping for your skin type. This will leave your skin nicely balanced, clean and fresh, and ready for the next steps in your routine. The next step in any routine after you've cleansed, and The Ordinary is no exception, will come the exfoliation. Now, in terms of exfoliation, I think this can be the most complex step in your skincare routine, making sure you get the frequency of exfoliating right, but also the product right for your skin type. Throughout this video, I am going to be linking all the products mentioned below. If you do want to know a little bit more information about them or purchase any of them, you can click on the link. I'm also going to link to some videos that I've done previously on the channel, which will go into a little bit more detail than I can in this video about picking the right product for your skin type. In terms of exfoliation, I did a whole video on matching the right exfoliant to your skin type, which I will leave a link to up there. So check that out if you want to make sure that you're using the right exfoliator for your skin type. Once you've cleansed, you want to apply your exfoliator. I'm currently using this, which is the lactic acid 10% from The Ordinary. I love lactic acid because it's super gentle, but also it's formulated with hyaluronic acid, and lactic acid itself is a humectant, so it's going to draw moisture to the skin. So if you feel after you've done an exfoliation your skin feels quite dry, tight, and a bit raw, then lactic acid could be a really good alternative because it'll leave you feeling plump and hydrated, which I absolutely love. 2 drops is more than enough to cover the whole face. I always think we're going a little bit too hard with our exfoliators. Slowly is the best approach when it comes to exfoliation. If you're not using an exfoliant at all at the moment, introduce it gradually. I'd use a product like this maybe 2 or 3 times a week at first, then increase it to 4 times a week, and then daily once your skin's got used to it, after say about a month to a month and a half. This product is really nice. You'll get a very light tingle when you use it, but it's certainly not painful to use, and it's not too prickly like some exfoliants. It goes into the skin really well, and it'll sink in after about 30 seconds. There's no scent. None of these products I mentioned today have a fragrance in, which I think is really good. You don't need to load your skincare with fragrance. This is a really nice product, and as you can see, it's sunk straight in, and it's left my skin feeling hydrated. It's not stinging, and it's certainly not tacky. So before we come on to applying our specific serums and treatments, at this stage we've kind of prepped the skin to look its best and to get the most from the products that we're now going to apply. It's really ready to receive the next steps in our skincare routine. It's clean. We've also removed some of those surface dead skin cells that can give our skin a dull feel. So that's where the exfoliation comes in. Now you're going to want to start applying your serums. Before you do that, and this is just a top tip or a hack that I always like to share with people, before you do that, I think it's worth neutralizing the skin and bringing the pH back up. So once you apply exfoliating acid, that lowers the pH of the skin to a more acidic state than it naturally would be. The skin's normally around the 5.5 on the pH scale, which is slightly acidic, whereas when we apply an acid, it goes quite acidic. That's how its mechanism of action works, and we eat away at those dead skin cells. A lot of the products that you're going to put on in the serum steps in your routine don't really like a harsh acidic environment. They don't work their best in that environment. So it's worth just neutralizing whatever products you've put on and bringing your skin's pH back up to where it should be. To do this, I always apply the Marine Hyaluronics by The Ordinary. This is a fantastic product. It's suitable for all skin types. It adds a little hydration and plumpness to the skin, which is always pleasant, but it also helps balance back the skin's pH to around that 5.5, which is going to be the optimum for all of these products that we're then going to follow with. So before we come on to the rest of the skincare, I would apply a little of the Marine Hyaluronics just to balance everything, reset the pH of our skin, and get it to the best pH to receive the next products we're going to add. I would say one of the most common questions I get asked about The Ordinary is in what order should I apply the serums? There are so many serums which you can apply to treat different things within the skin and different concerns that you might have with your skin when you're shopping at The Ordinary. And it can be a little bit baffling to say the least. However, hopefully I'll give you a quick guide now of which order you should place them in. First up comes the specific targeted serums you want to use on just small areas of the skin. We'll then come on to the serums that you'd apply all over the face. The reason I would recommend you apply the targeted serums first is that usually you've bought those because that's the primary area of concern that you want to tackle in your skin. Anything that comes in closest contact to the skin, i.e. you apply it first in the routine, is going to have the most potency and the most benefit. So you really want to be applying your targeted serums first so you can maximize the benefit you get from them. A couple that I would use or consider using within this are the Azuraline solution, which is my holy grail. This is great if you have fine lines and wrinkles. You apply this to the skin around the eyes, you apply it around the laughter lines and the frown lines on the forehead, and this will really, over a period of about 3 weeks, eliminate some of those fine lines and wrinkles. It plumps the skin, but it also stops the creasing in the skin, and people call it Botox in a bottle. You don't quite get the whole Botox vibe from it. It doesn't paralyze the face, but it certainly will help with those fine lines and wrinkles, which is why I absolutely love it. So you'd apply this at this stage in your skincare routine. You might also want to consider applying the caffeine solution, which is an eye treatment. You apply it under the eye to the eye contour, and that will really help bring down any discoloration or any puffiness that you have in the eye area. So if you're concerned about the texture of your under eye area and how puffy or discoloured it could be, get yourself the caffeine solution and apply it at this stage. Finally, for sort of the targeted treatments you might want to consider, alpha-arbutin is a really good option for people who have hyperpigmentation. Hyperpigmentation is where you have areas of darker skin caused by a buildup of melanin or pigment in that area. It could be because sun damage, it could be because you've had a zit which hasn't faded properly and left a dark mark. If you want to tackle those, alpha-arbutin is a really great way of eating away at all that pigment and just balancing out the skin tone. You'd apply it as a treatment to the specific areas where you have those darker spots, and you'd apply it at this stage in your skincare routine. Those, I'd say, are the 3 key targeted treatments you might want to consider. And once you've applied, you can apply all 3, you can apply just one that suits the specific concern that you have. Once you've done that though, we're going to move on seamlessly to the rest of the full face serums. Now, in terms of the all-over serums, there are so many that you could choose from, but I've chosen the ones that I think are going to deliver the most benefit from you, and you might want to consider including in your skincare routine. First up is this, which is the Niacinamide 10 plus Zinc 1 serum. Niacinamide is a fantastic B vitamin that's going to help balance the oil levels in the skin. This is really good because it's got the zinc in for anyone who's suffering with excess oil or breakout or acne-prone skin. This will really just help calm everything down. It also is clinically proven to give an overall brightening into the complexion. So if you feel that your skin's become a little bit dull, maybe you're coming into the winter months, our skin does become a little bit dull and lackluster, niacinamide can really help. It comes in the form of a clear liquid. It applies really nicely to the skin and won't leave any tackiness. Some people do say that this product can be a little bit drying on their skin. That's because some of the other ingredients within this can be on the drying side. So if you have combination dry or dry skin, you might want to look for another niacinamide. I actually did a whole video on choosing the right niacinamide for your skin type, which I'll leave a link to there. So if the Ordinary doesn't sound like it would work for you and you're not having super issues with oily skin, I would check out that video and work out which one could be right for you. But at this stage in your routine, you would apply the all-over niacinamide treatment. This stage in the routine is also a really great way of getting some peptides into your skincare routine. Peptides have so many different purposes. They brighten the skin, they hydrate the skin, they help to even out the skin tone, and they also trigger the production of collagen. That's because the body naturally breaks peptides down into amino acids, then builds them back up into collagen. Collagen gives our skin firmness, elasticity, and snapback, so a peptide is really good anti-aging powerhouse that you would consider adding into your routine at this point. A common question I always get asked is, can you add a peptide serum into the same routine as an exfoliating acid? You absolutely can, provided you've neutralized that acid and brought the skin's pH back up, which we did by applying the marine hyaluronics shortly after we used our lactic acid earlier on in the video. So this is a perfect time to add an all-over serum, which includes peptides. I'm cheating. I said this was all about the Ordinary. I'm actually showing you the Sub-Q Skin by Hylamide. It's got the same owners as the Ordinary. It's a sister brand to the Ordinary. I love this one. But you can also try the Buffet, which is absolutely fantastic, or the Buffet with copper peptides, which is really great when it comes to the anti-aging boost and collagen production boost that your skin can crave. Again, I did a video on choosing the right peptide for what you're trying to get out of the product, which I'll leave a link to up there. So if you're a little bit confused about what peptides do, how they work, and which one might be best for you, check out that video and it'll give you a few hints and tips and the right serum for your skin type. Finally, you might at this stage want to consider adding an azelaic acid and an antioxidant to your routine. Azelaic acid is fantastic. It calms, it soothes, and it just helps reduce any redness and irritation. So if you're someone who is prone to sensitivity in the skin and redness, an azelaic acid would be a great option. And the Ordinary azelaic acid is actually quite moisturizing as well, which I really like. You could also add an antioxidant serum. There are 3 to choose from the Ordinary, and all of them are absolutely fantastic and perfectly drugstore. I would add your antioxidant serum as the last all-over serum, just to kind of finish the routine before we come on to the last steps next. In terms of choosing the right one for you, my favourite is the Pycnogenol, which is a fantastic, gorgeous, all-round antioxidant. It's going to protect the skin, but also preserve some of the collagen in the skin. So if you're worried about aging and the fine lines that the sun's rays can damage and bring to the skin, Pycnogenol could be a real good option for you. Left a link below and obviously an image of it just now. Now we're kind of coming to the end of the routine. We've cleansed our skin and got it fresh and clean, ready for the skincare routine. We've exfoliated to eat away at those dead skin cells and bring some luminosity back to our complexion. We've targeted any specific issues we have with some pinpoint serum work, and then of course we've applied our all-over facial serums. All that's really left to add is what I would call your potent treatments. In the morning, this would be a vitamin C, and in the evening, this would be a retinol. Your whole skincare routine up to this point can stay the same for morning and evening, but you're going to want to switch out these 2 potent treatments. So in the morning, you'd use a vitamin C, which is going to act as an antioxidant beyond what you've already added to the routine, but also it's going to bring some brightness, some luminosity, and also help at the margins to boost the collagen levels in the skin. Absolutely fantastic. And in the evening, you're going to want to apply a retinol. In terms of your vitamin C, I would always reach for a vitamin C derivative. That's because, again, you can use it in the same routine as antioxidants and peptides, so it's just much more easy to incorporate. It's also much more gentle, but you still get the fantastic benefits of the luminosity and the glowing enhancing qualities that vitamin C can bring. I did a video on my favourite vitamin C derivatives, which I'll link up there, so check that out to work out which one's right for you. Similarly, in the evening, you're going to want to use a retinol. Retinol is the only clinically proven ingredient in skincare which can reverse the signs of aging. So we're not talking about stopping it in its tracks or preventing future aging. We're talking about turning the clock back on any aging that's actually happened. I love retinol. I think it should be in everyone's skincare routine. In terms of the Ordinary retinols, my favourite will be the Grand Active Retinoid Emulsion. This is the one that just works best for all skin types and I feel sinks best into the skin. The other retinols tend to just sit on the skin skin, feel a bit oily, I don't think they're pleasurable to use, whereas the emulsion is absolutely fantastic, sinks in like that and gives some really great retinol benefits. And you'd apply this at this stage in your skincare routine in the evening. Finally, all that's left to do is to top it off with a gorgeous moisturiser, and if you're talking about the morning routine, your favourite SPF. The ordinary SPFs are rubbish. I'm not going to talk about them here. I just don't think they're worth purchasing. So I'll leave a link to my favourite SPF video up there. So check it out if you want some, inspiration for some SPFs, which I do think are worth purchasing. In terms of the moisturiser, you've got the natural moisturising factors with hyaluronic acid, which just tops everything off. A little tip or a hack that I'll give you at this point is if you're worried about skin sensitivity when using your vitamin C or your retinol, you can mix both of those products in with your natural moisturising factors with hyaluronic acid, and that will just help buffer it a little bit and provide some extra hydration and just prevent any sensitivity from either of those two products. So if you want to combine two steps in your routine, add a drop of your vitamin C or your retinol into your moisturiser, apply it, it'll dial down the strength so you won't get as much sensitivity, but it'll also bring back that hydration and just make it really easy to incorporate. There you are, guys. I hope this has helped you to piece together a full routine from The Ordinary. Like I say, go crazy, mix and match and switch in any products that you would like to, but hopefully this just gives you a really good basic idea about how to piece together your first skincare routine from The Ordinary. You follow this routine, you will have gorgeous, glowing, flawless skin in no time. Wherever you are in the world, guys, stay safe, stay well, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care. Bye.